So here's the new setup. I embedded my flying camera in the nose, and the GoPro in the foam, the wing cam up here. This seems to work pretty good. Well, got the whole lawn crew out here this morning. Alright, here we go. So this is with the new camera setup. I have probably lost a little bit of weight. My pod setup was pretty heavy because I used a lot of epoxy and it just got big and bulky. So embedding the cameras right in the foam seems to be a good solution. So I'm still flying line of sight right now, just trying to trim things in. I didn't fly prior to this change in the camera setup, so it looks and feels like it's a little on the tail heavy side. So now we switch over to the GoPro camera angle, and I'm still flying line of sight. I had it trimmed in poorly before, and it was kind of breezy, so I couldn't really get it trimmed in properly. There's absolutely no wind this morning, and really nice flying weather. As you can see, it tends to turn to the left. I've still got a lot of trimming to do on this. I think I'm probably going to have to add some weight to the nose. Any kind of breeze with it being slightly tail heavy, it really is hard to handle. Sure pretty day though. So I'm getting ready to slip my goggles on here, and you'll definitely see a change in the flight characteristics. When you're sitting in the cockpit flying, you tend to really keep the plane flat, and you go where you want to go instead of being on the ground looking up at it. So according to Google Earth, if I draw a straight line from where I'm standing to the freeway, that's a half a mile. So I'm kind of doing a range test here. The video transmitter is actually inside the plane with the antenna, so it's transmitting out through the foam. I don't know how much that'll cut my range down, but it doesn't seem to be bothering me at all right now. I made this loop and didn't get a single glitch in the video. I'm running the 400 milliwatt transmitters, the boss cams, and I'm running little circle planar antennas. So there, it's about a half a mile out. So we're just going to head back into the sun. With that ground starting to heat up, I'm probably getting a little bit of uplift. So that's part of the Snow College campus there. They have a really pretty college campus. The beautiful, severe red clay mountains. It's kind of what Sevier County's famous for, is their colorful mountains. You can see him just kind of humming along at about, sounds like half throttle. Plane flies really nice and smooth. I have the ArcBird autopilot system that I have not yet installed. This should be a perfect platform for that. It'd be nice to have a return to home function, and from what I understand, it'll handle 4 waypoints, so you could actually program it to go out and fly her out, which would be kind of interesting. So we're getting some pretty good altitude. It climbs nice. It's not a real powerhouse. I'm running a no-name 1000 kV motor with a 10.6 prop. It's one of the motors that came with my very first quadcopter. I got 4 of those, so if I burn it up, I'm not going to cry about it. They get pretty hot. That's a lot of work for a small little 1000 kV motor. So here I am back out about the half mile mark, and I just cut the motor. I wanted to see what this thing would glide like. So you can see that the nose didn't go up and down very much, so the angle of the motor must be pretty good. It doesn't seem to pitch up or down when changing throttle settings. So we're just gliding along out at the edge of this big field. Really glides nice. I'm amazed at how nice and smooth it just floats along. Still gliding. I'm pretty sure I'm getting some thermals off that field. I got to get busy and build a glider, or actually repair the gliders I have and go out and fly that field on a nice hot day. I'm sure there's a lot of lift. I see a lot of big birds flying over that field. So I'm still gliding, no motor. I was up there pretty high, but this thing glides like a glider. So the idea I had was just to glide from there, come in and land, but I'm still 40 feet in the air and not coming down. No motor. Okay, powered up. I completely overshot the runway. So we're going to go out and turn around and try it again. Landing with the goggles on is pretty hard because it's hard to judge, how fast you're descending and where you want to touch down. Oh, looks like I'm going to overshoot the runway again. I'm going to set this thing up with flaperons. I've got the extra channel. I can set it up so I can have some flap action, get that thing on the ground where I want it. So now I'm actually nosing it down. I'm pushing it down. And I still overshot. There it is.